name is Natalie Prez, and I have an interview with the vocalist of Low Pro on April 26, 2010. Please introduce yourself and what you do in the band, and tell us a brief history of how the band came to be.
My name is Pete Murray. I sing for the rock group Low Pro. Low Pro's been around for a few years now. We got randomly discovered by Aaron Lewis from Staying years back. He signed us to a record deal over at Geffen Records. We supported our first record, had a song called Sunday on the radio. Ultimately parted ways with Geffen. And we've taken some time to write a new record, but we're just about to release that on June 8th.
Cool. Sounds good. I already got my copy.
Nice.
How did you come up with the band name?
Well, when we got discovered by Aaron Lewis, it was pretty early in the process. We hadn't been, we were barely even a band at the time. We hadn't played any shows yet. So we were in LA recording our first record, and we were running into old friends of ours around town. They'd be like, "What are you doing here?" They'd say, "We're recording a record." We had no idea that we were, even had a new band, much less got a record deal. So Low Pro kind of came from that sort of low profile that we had kept in the whole process. So that's where the name came from.
Makes sense. As you just mentioned, you're going to have a brand new album out, The Beautiful Sounds of Revenge. What are your thoughts on the album?
It's been a long time in the making, and we're very proud of it because it's all us. There were no upcoming hands involved in this one. We signed a deal with Geffen. There's a lot of money flying around. We lost a lot of control over our product. This record is all us. We pretty much produced it ourselves. We got our friend Angus Cook up in Santa Barbara to help us out. And it's really, I would say it's kind of unedited. So I'm very proud of it.
Cool. Do you have any personal favorites off of it?
That is a tough one. We actually just squeezed a song on there called Push Aside, so it wouldn't have been on your promo copy. But it's pretty badass. I'm really stoked we got it on the record.
Cool.
And All I Have is one of my favorites. We played All I Have when we toured with Aaron Lewis on an acoustic tour a couple years back.
Mm-hmm.
And we were playing that song and Letting Go acoustically, and it really seemed to resonate with people. People who had never even heard of us or heard the song after one listen were totally drilling me on the lyrics, and it picked up on the message and stuff, and it was really rewarding. So I like those songs a lot.
All right. Who writes your songs, and what inspires you?
Neil and I kind of do a bulk of the beginning phase of the writing, and then it becomes a Low Pro song when we all play it together. I write all the lyrics. And this record in particular is basically a diary of the last several years. We've had a bit of a roller coaster ride with the music industry. We were in a band called Ultraspank years ago, kind of had a similar ride. So we're not the biggest fans of the machine. It's interesting. I mean, it started off, there's definitely some very angry songs on the record, but then we managed to get ourselves back into that place where we just write music because we love writing music. So there's definitely some just straight up angry songs on the record, and there's some very introspective songs. There's some songs that are kind of dealing with things beyond our personal lives, things that going on out in the world. So I think it covers kind of the gamut of emotions that we've been through over the last few years.
All right. What's your most memorable tour moment?
How much time you got? That is really, really hard to say. There's been a lot. We toured with Sting and Creed last summer, and I think from a point of our career, it was really exciting to be on. It was an arena tour, so it was pretty exciting to play
what do you do to pass the time while out on the road?
There's a hell of a lot of it. I tell you what. You got to be creative in that respect. You can't drink all the time. And it's not good for your instrument. But we, hang on a sec. I just dropped my phone. Sorry about that. I got into yoga a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So this last tour was pretty fun. That kept me busy every day. And we write a lot of music. We carry a portable recording unit around with us, and we're constantly working on new material, acoustic versions of old songs, that kind of thing. So we keep busy out there. And then at night, we like to tear it up.
All right. Why was it so hard for you guys to find a suitable record label?
I think our standards are maybe a little unrealistic, but we've been through this so many times that, we just weren't willing to go back into something that we felt was the same old thing. So,
Mm-hmm.
we really, for a long time just kind of let go of the whole thing altogether. And then, Aaron Lewis and kind of helped us get connected with the collective as a management company, and they kind of hooked us up with Rocket Science, and it's just a very different philosophy, and it felt right to us. But, it didn't make any sense for us to try to go out and get another major label record deal. That just wasn't something that we wanted to do right away, for sure, if at all, at that time. So we were just really picky.
All right. What does Lopro have in store for the future?
Well, we've definitely been focusing on getting this record finally to a point where we can release it, and we're excited it's coming out in June, and now we're kind of looking to hopefully take it on the road. But we've really been kind of taking it one step at a time, so we don't have anything locked down, but we're hoping that that's next. We've got an acoustic DVD that we'd like to release this coming year.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd like to work on an acoustic album, actually, as well. So, I think, we write a lot of music, and we enjoy playing, and I would hope that we can get in a position where we can just release a lot of material often. It's been a really long time since our last release, and kind of hoping that maybe we can sort of change that and start just putting things out there a little more frequently.
All right. Back in 2004, you toured with 3 Days Grace and had performed at the Troubadour. How has the band grown since that performance? And I was at that show. That's where I first got introduced to you guys, and I've been a fan ever since.
Nice. What I remember about that show, it was like really weirdly early, wasn't it? It was like an afternoon show or something.
I think so, or it started like around 5 or 6. The doors opened.
Yeah. I don't know how we've changed. I mean, we've all grown as musicians and as individuals. We were hanging on pretty tight on that 3 Days Grace tour. There was a lot kind of at stake with Geffen and the sands kind of running through the hourglass, and we were a little stressed out, I think, at that point. I can tell you the last tour we did with Creed and Stain, we were, I've never been that relaxed in that environment ever.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a whole new experience for me, and I really enjoyed it. I don't like to be that guy who's stressed on, how the single's doing at radio and whether the video's getting spun or whatever. I just have to play music, so I think we've lightened up a bit in our older age.
All right. Would you ever consider touring with 3 Days Grace again and returning to the Troubadour? I think that would be a great experience to relive.
I would love to return to the Troubadour. We played the Whiskey last year, which was a blast. We haven't been there forever, so I don't know if I'd want to do the Whiskey again. Maybe either do the Troubadour or the Roxy would be fun to return to, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as 3 Days Grace goes, we had a blast on that tour. They were very cool guys. We had a lot of fun. Very relaxed atmosphere. I would absolutely tour them again. They were a lot of fun. Cool guys.
Cool. And I also went to your whiskey show. I was excited. I'm like, hey, Low Pro's coming, but they're only, playing one show in L.A.? I gotta go. I was looking for merchandise to buy. You guys didn't have anything set up.
We're a little slow in that department. We've just got a lot going on, and we're doing it all. So, unfortunately, that show was a little bit of a surprise, and we didn't quite have enough time to get some merch together. But, and I think, on this next round, we're really going to be focusing on pushing the record.
Yeah.
So I think, ultimately, we'd like to get some merch available online, but we're just kind of waiting for us to kind of get the focus right now really has to be on the record for us.
All right. What is your best fan experience?
Well, the technology is pretty insane right now. Back in the day, we used to get handwritten letters from all around the world, but now it's like with Twitter, I'm in direct contact with people all around the world, and that like fries my brain. I can't even really wrap my head around that. That I could, in one day, be talking to people in South Africa, France, Australia, and all around the United States. Like, it just kind of blows my mind. Pretty damn cool. And we got some fans in South America that we talked to. We've never been down there, obviously, so I think that part of it never gets old for me. It always kind of just trips me out. It's very humbling.
All right. And last but not least, do you have anything else you'd like to say to the fans of Low Pro?
I've been saying this a lot lately, but I just wanted to thank them for being so patient. We could tell that they were getting antsy for some new material, and they were letting us know, and that's fine. We just, there's a lot of things to figure out, especially when you're doing it on your own. So I just really appreciate everyone being so patient and staying and